Okay everybody, welcome back to A Wild Approach. Today's video is going to be me doing work in the garden. So what I'm trying to do with this garden bed is this garden bed has kind of just, I don't know what you want to call it, it is stale. It's gone stale, I don't know how else to say it. And it's time to add shrubs in here. It's time to remove invasive things from in here. It's time to remove any non-native grasses that have creeped in. Things like that need to be removed, and then there are things that are native that need to be moved, transplanted to a different area. So first, I'm going to start off by telling you what I currently have that I'm keeping and what I'm going to try to bring into this space. So you're not going to be able to see it on there, and that's okay. We can show close-ups later. But for now, I'm just going to tell you, there is a tiny baby American elderberry right here. And it's just a baby. I grew it from a cutting that I took from that elderberry over there that you guys have seen many, many times. So I took a cutting, grew it in a pot, rooted it, and here it is. And I've planted it here. So that will get like this big. Okay, it'll probably get this tall. So we need to visualize a big shrub here because that's what's going to be there. And there is a pathetic little evergreen right there that is like a skinny tall evergreen. And the other ones, I had two other ones, they died, it looks like. I don't see the other two because ironweed grows here, which is native, and it gets very tall and it kind of shades out some of the other things a little bit. So I'm wanting to move the ironweeds, maybe, but I'm not quite sure where. So that's going to be the tricky part. So over there, again, you're not going to be able to see this on camera right now, but we can show close-ups later. There is a button bush, a baby button bush I grew from seed. And that's going to get huge, and I'm probably going to have to prune that because I planted it too close to the path. I'm notorious for this. So, big shrub there, big shrub here, skinny little evergreen. And then I have asters I need to actually separate. I have 3 too close together, so I'm going to move 2 of those. And those are just shorter plants, but they get really bushy and they spread really wide. So picture that. So what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to bring some plants really quick. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. This is a coralberry shrub. This gets roughly 4 feet tall, so it doesn't get huge, but it doesn't stay really tiny. And then this is New Jersey tea, which gets about 3 feet tall, and it's really hard to show you right now, but that's fine. We can show you close-ups of that later too. Do you need a short, quick guide to get started in wildlife gardening? Well, turns out I've got just the thing. I just came out with a new free ebook just for you, and it's called A Wild Approach to Gardening 101. And it's available on my website today at macylou.com/shop. It's free, so go check it out. What do you have to lose? New Jersey tea is really good for sunny, dry areas. And let me tell you, this whole expanse near the concrete path gets very dry and 6+ hours of sun, probably 8+ hours of sun. And coralberry can handle pretty similar conditions. It's drought tolerant, and it gets these beautiful coral/purple/red berries in about this time of year, about fall, winter. And then New Jersey tea gets spring or early summer blooms that the bees love, the butterflies love. And I think they're both host plants. I know the coralberry is a host plant, to the, I think, snowberry clearwing moth, you know, one of those hummingbird moths. But anyway, so now I'm trying to figure out, where do I want the coralberry to go? Where do I want the New Jersey tea to go? They are shorter shrubs. So I'm thinking of putting one of them here, because we've already got a big shrub over there and a big shrub there. So I'm thinking like putting one of them here to have a smaller shrub here. And then I'm thinking of putting the other one, I don't know if I'll have room over there. I might put it over there near the path, or I might, this is probably what I'm going to do, I might make room here and put one of the smaller shrubs here. Because eventually I want this space to be a little seating area, and it'll probably be kind of like this, like if you sit, it'll probably be facing that way, and so it'll be backdropped by, hopefully, mostly native shrubs. There's a Gulf fritillary trying to hang out on the cameraman's leg right now. So eventually I want to have some shrubs here that just connect that garden to this garden, and will close in this seating area, and it will close in that path. So this will be this will close up once I have shrubs here too. So anyway, all that to say is I'm transitioning this garden from herbaceous perennials, tall and short, to more of a shrub garden. So that's the goal, trying to create more of a shrub garden, and the reason for that is I'm trying to create more mystery in the garden. I'm trying to create more screening and trying to make it like a closed little room right here, and then that can be a closed room over there, because that's the patio over there. This is the middle of the garden over here. So anyway, that's the goal. So I'm going to get started by removing a bunch of stuff, and things like this I'm going to pot up to try to move to a different garden bed or to a different part of this bed. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and we'll get right into that. Elderberry is there, button bush is there. These are horseweeds. Those are just partridge pea, so they're done, but this is the ironweed here. That's partridge pea. Okay. Let's see if I can get all these roots. Just rock instantly. this is butterfly weed, and I do not want to mess that up. Looks like I accidentally cut it.
Oh, yeah.
This one's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put some soil in there. Can you go get my basket? I forgot it. Oh no. Oh, it's a snail. See that terrible non-native grass? Mm. It's getting better already.
I'm just making a different for the audio.
Yeah, I was hoping you would. Gosh. These, I actually need to get the big shovel for this. Oh wait, maybe I can use this thing. Nope. These are my least favorite grasses of all time. Gotta move that. Don't want to go too far that way because the elderberry's that way. Just don't want these. I mean, I could remove a bunch of this crap near the elderberry too, honestly. See how dry this is? New Jersey tea is great for this kind of tough situation. And then it dips down over there where the elderberry is, and elderberry likes dips and moist areas, but it also likes full sun. So, right plant, right place, we hope. Got any questions? Huh? No. No questions, huh? Alright. New Jersey tea spreads out wide quite a bit, so just trying to give it plenty of space to spread. This grass is actually one of the main reasons I'm having to even do this revamp, is because this grass is infiltrated this garden like nobody's business. And it's a very tough grass to pull out without digging it up at least a little bit first. Once you dig up a chunk, you can kind of pull the other chunks usually from that chunk, from that hole. But it takes a lot of work. And there's a little baby box elder tree right there. We don't want that there either. Even though it's native, it's just not a good spot for it. With what we're trying, with our goal, what we're trying to do here. So, gonna remove that. But that is a strategy you all can use if you want to have more of a woodland garden with larger trees and you want a lot of shade. You can see what native trees show up and let those saplings, those little seedlings, grow and water them. It's a very budget-friendly way to do things, especially if you have a larger property, but don't want that tree, that particular tree, this close to my house. My house is just a few feet that way, so don't want it right there. isn't like a grenade, is it?
No, I don't think so. I think it has like clay just stuck on it. I don't know what that is.
I'm scared. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Can they see it? Like, it even has a handle.
Let me see.
What is this? I guess I'll rinse it in water? I don't know. But when she lets go, will the whole neighborhood blow? Okay. My life flashed before my eyes. Man, the weird things that I have dug out of this garden. You just never know what you're going to find. Well, maybe I should hand dig the rest of it. I mean, who knows what else I'm going to find in here. Okay. Ugh. So when I said it was an archaeological dig, it was like a premonition. Found something. Don't know what it is. We found it. Alright, so this one I think is a little bit on the wet side. So I am going to try to take a lot of the soil off because it's so much more wet than my soil. My soil is really, really dry. Look at that. And I think that would be a bad decision for me to just plop this in there as is. I could be wrong. Do what you think is right if you're in this situation. But I'm personally going to try my best to free this plant out of the soil. It's going to be hard. I'm going to try. Now, I probably won't be able to get rid of all of it, but at least I'll get rid of some of it. See, it could pull some of the roots away, so it is taking a risk, but it's just, I don't want to create a bowl. So what a bowl is when there's a couple ways that can happen. One is you plant too deep, like you dig too deep, and then you have compacted soil down there and the water can't drain, and then the water sits there and it rots the roots. Or you could have like this, like really, really moist roots, and then they sit in this dry environment, and then those roots won't want to come to the dry, so they'll just stay in the wet part. And they could either rot or they could just wound around inside the bowl. So now it could be completely fine, but I'm just trying to do this just in case it's not completely fine, because it makes me nervous. But I mean, the soil is better than my soil, but you don't want really, really good soil to sit inside really, really terrible soil, because then the plant's like confused, right? So at least that's how I think about it. So I'm just trying to remove gently. Don't want to do that because that's a stem. That's actually a stem right there. Just trying to remove excess soil. And you can see the roots right here. So I'm just trying to be careful with those. think that's creepy Charlie, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of afraid to remove much more. Because it's very sticky. Very stuck to it. So I might have to keep this and just hope for the best. I was supposed to pick up some soil conditioner for this, and I totally forgot, and so that's why I'm doing this. My bad. That might be the best I can do with this one. I mean, as it sits in the sun, that can kind of help too. Because you don't want the roots to be exposed to the sun too long, but it's kind of drying the soil a little bit, which is helpful. It at least brings it slightly closer to being similar to what we have here. So what I'm going to do is this actually came off. So this might be a whole separate plant. I might dig a little separate hole for that. But what you want is the lip of the soil. You want this native soil to match the height of this crown of the plant, or slightly. You want this to be slightly raised up, since it is a more dry soil loving plant. You don't want to put it way down here and then just throw your soil on, because then it's too deep. So you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm creating trying to create it as even, or plant it as even with the soil as possible. And sometimes with new plants, I create a little moat around them. Like I would kind of do this and then water it and then let that water soak in, because then I'm on a hill, so it keeps it from all just running right off. But since this is a dry loving plant, I'm probably not actually going to do that, especially since the roots are already pretty moist in there. And instead, I'm going to try to fill all that in. And you want to push it, make sure it's in there really good. And then I have this little baby one, tiny, that we can just... Oh, there's a little moth there. I accidentally hit it. I didn't see it in there. Look at it. Oh, I'm sorry, little baby. Oh, it's probably scared now. Let's see if I can get a little stick. You want to get up on the stick? I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you were overwintering or what. You want the stick? Here. I want to help you get out of the hole. Come on. Oh. It's just chilling in there. You see it? Poor little thing. You want to come up? There you go. Oh, you're pretty. Oh, you're pretty. I probably injured you. I'm so sorry. You're beautiful. Look how beautiful you are. Oh my goodness. Well, she's over there now. Okay. So, you never know what wildlife you're going to come across in your native garden. All right, now it's time to water these babies. And since this is already moist in the center, I'm going to focus my water around the edges to try to draw those roots out this way. So I'm going to water on the outside, out here and here, and try to make those roots attract to that water. And this one I'm just going to water normal because it doesn't really have a lot of roots. And they're not like sopping wet. Time to water. Let it soak in. And then water again. It's actually creating a little stream right here at the front. So the water, when it rains, should land in that little crevice, and that should help these plants grow pretty good. Which is very similar to the moat method. And I'm gonna put the name tag here somewhere. Gosh. The question is where? Where will it actually go? There we go. Let's figure out what this is. What do you think that is, though? Forget which one the jet. Is that it? Whoa. What in the hell is that? Is that part of a trap? Like a bear trap or a deer? Like, do they do that for deer? What is that? There's some kind of screw or bolt on that end. And then there's a handle. Does this have anything to do with horses? Seems like horse related to me. Definitely seems farm related. The problem is I'm picking up mud too, probably, from the actual ground. So it'd be better to do it like right here. I would stay back though, because it'll splash more. Alright, I'm gonna go get a toothbrush. Brand new items are now available in the shop. Thanks so much to viewers like you for supporting the channel. To support the channel, like the video, comment, and subscribe. You can also support my work by buying art from me at macylu.com. Thanks for watching!